Yeah. Right. I just feel like I want to just have a chat.
I know.
We can though. This is super chill. Don't feel whatever. So, welcome back everybody to another episode of Spread the Juice Season 2. And today I've got one new guest and one guest that's been on before. I've got Lolly off. You just told me your series, but I forgot. Series 11, Love Island.
Yep.
And Catherine Richards, Love is Blind UK, Series 1. So, yeah, thank you guys for coming down. You guys have come from a long way. Oh, yeah, we were meant to have one other person come. Cancelled.
Hottest day another person
as well. Yeah, exactly. But thank you guys for travelling down. How have you guys been? Catherine, firstly, how was your podcast? How did you feel?
It was good. Me and Jake listened to it whilst we were making the bed. And there was a few moments I was like, oh, my God, what did I say? But
really? Like, what?
Yeah, because I forget. And then, you know me. But no, I'm really proud of it. And I loved it. And do you know what? So many people actually reached out to me and was like, it's actually mad to hear that side of the story about Love is Blind, because not many people know about it.
Yeah.
And again, it wasn't so I could keep talking about Love is Blind. It was purely just to talk about my experience and how I personally feel, and like in the industry that we are all living in.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody said the same thing about Sam as well, that to hear his side, like, because everybody just sees the side that the producers want to put out.
Yeah, and that makes TV.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
So
Lolly, you've just come back from Ibiza, haven't you?
Yes.
How was it?
A 48-hour bender.
Girls still asleep.
Don't ask, I know.
I was like, Catherine, is she going to come? She's not playing.
I was like,
she made it. She dragged me. No, I'm glad I'm here. But no, let's not speak about Ibiza. It's one of those, isn't it?
Yeah. What happens tonight stays there. So, Love Island Series 11, how was it? Tell us. I know you had an up and down experience, didn't you?
So obviously I was in the process from the very beginning. Like most people, they reached out on Instagram, and for the last couple of years I was kind of like, no, I love my job, because I was cabin crew as well. It's one of those ones where you can't go back, so I would have had to have left. I was like, I'm not ready to leave. And then I thought, do you know what, midlife crisis, I'm about to turn 30, sod it, I'll just do it, why not? So I was like, yeah, fine, I'm still single, been single for like 5.5 years. And I was like, do you know what, there's nothing to lose. And don't get me wrong, it wasn't a bad experience, but it wasn't the experience that I wanted. So
really,
yeah, it was just like, so from the very beginning it was kind of like, you obviously don't know what point you're going to go on the show. And then they ring you every 2 days, like, who's in your top 3, who's in your top 3.
Do they? So
they fly you out.
So no, they didn't fly me out at this point. So they're ringing so they're in Mallorca, they're ringing me at home. And then you're kind of giving them your top 3. And I was kind of like, I don't know.
Who was your top 3? Obviously,
I didn't even have a top 3 at the beginning. This is the problem as well.
Yeah.
So they told me I was going to be a bombshell from, like, not from the start, but as in like when I first got the call.
Yeah.
But they don't tell you at what point you're going to go in. But it all just depends on like how the show's going, who likes who, what's going on.
Yeah.
And I think because I wasn't really giving much about like the top 3, it was prolonging it. I mean, that's just my guess. And then eventually they flew me out, but it was literally, it was like, I remember it was the Friday, so it was right after Casa. I got a call on the Friday, they flew me out on the Saturday, and it was all just like a whirlwind. What? And then I was there, and obviously the filming was kind of like a bit behind, or in front, should I say. So I was watching it from the villa on my chaperone's laptop, like the Holding Villa. And then all of a sudden I was in there, and it was kind of like, they weren't expecting a bombshell to come in straight after Casa.
Yeah.
So no one really like took to me, I felt.
Did you walk in with someone?
No, I went in by myself. So that's another thing as well. Like, you don't find out until I think it was like the day before, if you're going in with someone or and I said to the execs, like, you have like a FaceTime call from your Holding hotel or villa, and I was like, can you just tell me, like, am I going in alone or like with someone? They're like, oh, it's really exciting, you're going in by yourself. So I was kind of like hyped up a little bit. Yeah, and then like obviously
alive.
I got there and I was like literally in a zoo. I was like, that.
The girls are eating you.
Yeah.
Were they horrible?
They weren't horrible. It's just they didn't really take to me, I feel. So I didn't get a chance to show like the true me, basically. I felt like a shell of a human, if I'm honest.
How long were you in there for?
So, oh God.
Enough to get a tan?
Yeah, exactly. It was like, I want to say 6 days, but like, I know it's so cringe when people are like, it feels like a lifetime, but
it's not cringe. We can all say that. Like,
exactly.
I got engaged after 10 days.
Yeah. I mean, you win. You actually win.
I told someone I loved them within like 2 days.
Yeah, I know.
I could barely even get a kiss. So.
It's nuts though. Like in Big Brother, 24 hours felt like 2 weeks. It's mad.
It is. And like before, when people said that, I thought, really though? Like, it's like, I don't know, but when you're watching something,
Yeah,
it's
you
like
can't explain
all the
it.
islanders put their sunglasses on in the morning, and I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm categorically not doing it. Like,
you
what's the
do?
need? I didn't do it for the first night, and then the next time I was like, right, okay, you need the
Yeah, 'cause
sunglasses.
it's so bright in there.
So like, it is true what people say. But yeah, I just feel like I said, it wasn't me. Like when I was in there, I wasn't me, and I feel like I wasn't given the opportunity to be me.
You wasn't given a fair shot, really, were you?
Yeah, exactly. And I just like the girls. It's not that they weren't nice. It's just that no one really spoke to me about like me, my life, like what. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I just felt like I kind of sat back, and I was just like,
they were quite
okay.
cliquey though, weren't they?
Yeah, and I just was like, this isn't what I'm used to in life. Like I literally talk and get on and chat to anyone, and I don't shut up. And then in there, I was like a mute, like literally.
Is there anyone who was specifically nice or not nice?
Yeah, do you know what? I really got on with Mimi. So in the dressing room, we were sitting next to each other basically. So naturally, that's who you're going to chat to the most when you're sitting next to someone like that. But there was no one really else that.
But Mimi is nice in person because I've seen Mimi in events.
Yeah,
she's actually really like she is actually
tell.
welcoming. Where a few girls I saw in London who I thought were nice, and I meet them at events and I'm like, oh.
What's Grace like?
I mean, do you know what? Grace
Never spoke to her.
When I went,
at her.
Really?
Just stared at her in the corner. But like I was like, oh my god, like
She's so beautiful.
Yeah, she's like a static like Barbie doll. And I where was I? I was at one of the VH events and I just stood there and I was like, wow. And that was it. That's as far as I got.
Yeah, do you know what? I can't really say too much about the girls because I didn't have enough time to kind of like judge. But I haven't. If I see them at events, like I feel like there's not much conversation there. So it's kind of. It's one of them. But I have bonded with a lot of the other girls that weren't in the villa when I was in the villa, so which is quite surprising. But I think in this world, it's kind of like that, isn't it? It's like ex-islanders, they'll meet each other at events, and then all of a sudden you like just gel with someone.
Do.
Yeah, exactly.
So there was a few of the girls, so we've got a group chat now, and we all still chat all day, every day. Like
from your Love Island show.
Yeah, and I just think I wish I was in there with like them, you know.
Who do you still chat to?
So there's me, Tiffany, Ellie, Ruby, Lola. They're the main ones, but like obviously none of us were there at the same time, so we all just say, and they all had the same experience as me. We're like, can we just redo it and just like go in together? Like it'd have been so much more.
You should do your own one though.
I know.
Like, make your own little series. I know. And I'd be there.
That would be dangerous.
So how long have you two known each other?
Only
That's so random.
No,
it's
since Celebrity Big Brother's been on.
Yeah, so not even long. It was so random.
Couple months. Yeah, we did this like live stream of like Celebrity Big Brother. Anyway, and I messaged Lolly about it 'cause she was on it, and I messaged saying, "Oh my god, that was horrendous! Like awful streaming." And then she was like, I don't know how we got talking. I was still talking about the industry. And
so
then
quite recent.
Yeah. And then she was like,
where are you from?
Yeah, she was like, oh, you're probably based in London. I was like, oh no, you won't know it, but I live like near Corn, like Loughborough. And she was like, oh my god, like I'm around the corner from you.
Yeah, literally 5 minutes.
Yeah, and now
and then we got signed by the same management.
Yeah, we got signed by the same management.
And then we've just been like doing stuff together the whole time.
Yeah, and then we met for like we went on like a like double date kind of thing, like me and Jake and you and you know, and we had drinks and like that's been it really.
I thought you guys seen each other for years.
No, we just act like it, and now like we just do stuff because we're literally around the corner, which is nice because in the industry everyone's in London or Manchester.
Or they're a dick.
Yeah. Or they're a dick, or they're like in Dubai or whatever, and it's just like we just don't have anything from like Monday to Friday. It's nice to go to events now with someone who like you live near and like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
So if you got given the chance to do it again, but you went in at the start, would you?
Do you know what? If you asked me this 6 months ago, I'd have said absolutely, categorically, I'm not doing that again. But now I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, if I just, it's all down to the experience that you get, like whatever's dealt to you, do you know?
For sure.
And I just think if someone said to me, like, you can go in at the start, I would say, do you know what? What is that like?
I got to lose.
Whereas before, I was kind of like, no, like. I'm just done with it. Like, it was not what I expected, and I was a bit disappointed. But like, when you like chat to other people and they've all had the same kind of experience, you know, it's like nothing personal.
Absolutely.
So I was.
It's TV.
Would you go on if you were single, Catherine?
I'm too old.
Oh my god,
anyway,
me and Jake. Well, firstly, I'm like, I did this Instagram story, and I was like, oh my god, imagine going in there like, hi, I'm Cat, I'm 31, and I had like kids. The boys are 22 years old. I'm 9 years old.
I understand why they're all so young.
I do laugh to Jake, so I was like, I'd be that girl who's in the swimming pool, like doing like handstands, and like I would be there to sunbathe, like, and I can't be like when it's heat. All I want to do is just sunbathe and
They
drink
need to
water.
make
Like,
a
I just
Love
wouldn't.
Island for like
Older
people.
generation, but this
what
is
are
the
we? We're not old.
We're not old,
Which
but
is
we're
like-
meant to feel old. We actually are
No, we're
made to
not
feel
old,
old.
but what do they say? If we were on X Factor, we'd be in the overs.
No, we wouldn't.
Yeah, we would. We'd be in the over
Over
category.
25.
Yeah,
Is that
That's
what
a
it is?
disgusting
we are
thought.
old.
25
Like
is
Jake's
not even-
Jake's middle aged. He's like middle aged. He's mid 30s. It's disgusting.
I literally feel like I'm in my prime. I
Yeah,
don't
when
care
we
what
go
anyone
out,
else says.
like,
no, this is the best.
we
time
went
of our
out
life.
last weekend and we just sat there and I was like, we're old.
Yeah.
I ended up in a student night after Lockie's event by accident on a Tuesday. I walked into this club, got a stamp. I was like, yeah. I looked at my wrist
Woke
and
up
it
in
said
the morning.
student. I was like, what? I was like, I need to get out of here.
It's
And everyone was like,
awful.
you know, it's a student night. I was like, yeah, I'm a student.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but then do you know what's wild? We can go to Ibiza, we go into a club, we don't feel old. So
Yeah.
it's all to do
It's
with...
the UK. What's the UK?
It is, it's the UK. It's,
Yeah, and it's
Everyone-
society and Instagram and everyone pushes this thing out that like when you're past a certain age you're like a has-been. But I'm telling you now, I'm the best version of myself I've ever
Yeah.
been. So.
I think I am.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. No, I think.
We're all getting there.
I'm actually like, I don't feel 30, like in my 30s.
No, I don't.
I don't until I say
Until I like chat to her, they're like, yeah, I'm 2010. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, oh.
It's mad, isn't it? But in Ibiza, you could go out and there's like a 60-year-old like raving
Yeah.
next
Yeah,
to
yeah,
me.
yeah, it's
That's going to be
normal.
me.
And if anything, it makes you feel younger, like, doesn't
yeah,
it? Do you know what I mean?
exactly.
I know exactly, yeah.
Shouldn't feel old because there's been times when I've felt old, kind of, and I've looked back and I've gone, oh my god, I was not old then. I'm it now, and I'm going to think it
Yeah.
in the future
Yeah.
about now.
No, it's true.
Yeah. So why did you feel old in the villa?
Because everyone was kids.
Have you got all day? No.
Yeah.
No, do you know what it is, right? So initially, the reason why I felt old in the villa is because I went on a date with a 21-year-old. So,
10 years.
so straight up, it's like, what the hell is a 30-year-old?
What they made you go on a date?
Yeah,
with
so it's like,
21-year-old?
obviously, the way I went in was like, you're going to have 3 guys to date. But I was told it was going to be like kind of, well, you don't really get told too much, but the way that I believed it was to be was you're hosting the after party of the WKD, like the wild 0% party.
Yeah.
You're going to be on the terrace. This is how I took it. You're going to be on the terrace. You've got 3 guys of your choice, and then you're going to go and join the party. So I was like, okay, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
And they were like, who do you want? And I was like, well, there's not really too much choice at this point. I mean, it's been Casa. Everyone's like married basically,
Yeah.
or in it to win it. So I was like, well, I'll have him, and him, like whatever.
Who? Don't say that.
So
Who
who did I go on a date
Did
with?
you go
So-
Kieran?
yeah, so I had.
I had him. I had him.
That sounds horrific. No, so I went on a date with Kieran, Connor. No, it was, so in order it was Joey, Connor, and then Kieran.
Wait, which one's Connor and Kieran?
So
Kieran's Nicole's. You
The
know, Welsh
21-year-old.
rugby guy. Nicole was with
Oh,
him.
Kieran. Yeah.
And I think he was kind of like, why the hell have you picked me for a date? For one, I'm
Well, I think the
basically in
public
love.
were like that.
Yeah.
Everyone was like that.
I
I
was
came
like
out
that.
and all the comments were like, what the hell is this girl? But I didn't really have much choice, to be
No,
honest.
exactly,
You know?
yeah.
But yeah, I think if it was the other way around, everyone would be like, way, lads. But
Yeah.
who's an older woman going on a date with me?
But it's not actually old. You're not
Yeah,
old. You know
no.
what
You're
I
old
mean?
in the villa because
So
everyone's younger.
yeah.
that's basically the first reason why I felt old. And then I went in and I just felt like, no, I felt like I'd had a lot of life experience. Like, I was like, oh, I've been cabin crew for like over 10 years. I think people were like, well, I was probably sat at home watching Love Island as a teenager when
Yeah.
you were being cabin crew, you know? So I was like, okay, right, I feel like I've got almost too much life experience. Like, I don't know, it just made me feel like
For sure.
you've lived too long to be going on this show.
it's-
And then, do you know what I mean, though? And
I
then-
know how I can understand how it would make you feel, but I just think the fact that it should be more of a mix. I think in there.
I think it
100%.
should.
Yeah,
But that's what
definitely.
Love is Blind. It's like we're in our 30s, so it's so
Yeah.
different to Love Island.
And some women like younger guys, and some younger guys like older men, and vice
Exactly.
versa.
I
It's
think they
all just-
should.
Yeah, it
100%.
should be more of a mix.
I
Like
think
we're not
so.
saying throw 50-year-olds in there, but fucking hell.
Yeah,
I think they
I'd
should
say.
throw some 30-year-olds. And I think it'll get
Yeah.
juicier.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
as well.
Like, throw a bunch of 30s.
But like
in
as
there.
well, Joey was in there at the same time, and he's older than me, so I
Yeah,
kind
but
of
he
thought
got
like,
slated for it.
he what?
He got slated for it.
But then I'm like,
Really?
but did he really? Because because he is Joey Essex. Like, do people
Yeah.
really
Just
care
needed
about his
limelight.
age? But then
No
when they
one-
see like
he
Lolly
won't-
Bombshell 30, it's like, what's she
Joey
doing?
won't care about any of that.
No,
any press is
it's
good press. Yeah,
good for him.
Yeah,
no,
Made
exactly.
him like become someone
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And it just made me feel like, oh God, what am I doing? But then I've seen well, there's other people from other series that have gone on that later on, and I've spoken to them, and they're like, they all feel the same. So I think it's not like a personal. When I came out, I felt fine. It was just in that moment, I was like, oh God, what am I doing?
Yeah, I can understand how.
But then All Stars is always like an older mix, I feel.
Yeah,
and because that had just been on, obviously, in the January, and I'd watched it, and I was like, oh, okay, it's not too bad.
Yeah, All Stars is older.
It's so different. Yeah. But that's because they've had time to grow up.
Yeah,
to
and
get
there's
them
people
back
like
in.
Better, I think.
Hannah Elizabeth's got a kid and things. So there's people with like life. What happens in life is a bit more normal. Although the guy now, you're watching it now, aren't you, Love Island? The guy Shay, he's got a son, which I found quite
the big eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Shay.
I haven't seen it.
He's ones that he's coupled up with that girl who like does not move, and she's
she looks
obsessed with like threesomes.
Oh God, I need to catch her.
Yeah,
Shay is so fit, but he's so dry.
I don't think he's good looking.
I think he's really fit, but he's so.
Is he new?
I don't think any of the boys are good looking. Me and Jake, like we're watching as much as Jake's like I don't want to watch it. He's like glued to it. He screams at TV. Even the girls, they all
think
just look the
Dijon's
same.
quite fit. I didn't at first.
Dijon.
I do now. Yeah,
He's naughty.
But do you know who I hate? Sorry, Lolly, you haven't been watching it, but you need to.
I know,
catch it.
I know. I think it's because I've been in Ibiza on this bloody 48-hour bender.
She'll catch her.
Why would you go for 48 hours? I'm actually surprised you're here.
I know, me too. This is what I feel like I look dug up from the grave,
I
but
was
here
like,
we are.
nobody leaves Ibiza when they say they're
I know,
gonna,
it was
literally.
honestly, I don't know how I did, but
The amount of times I've gone to the airport and gone,
I know,
fuck it,
I've
I'll
done
go
it as well.
DC-10. Yeah.
No.
you see the planes going at you.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
exactly.
I've never done that.
I've always done
I'm a
it.
goodie, no.
I've gone to DC-10 with my suitcase
That's
so
why
many
you're
times.
going 6 weeks next time.
Yeah, that's why I'm going for 6 weeks. I don't have a return flight. I just don't do them anymore because I never catch them. And mine's not even for bendering like I used to, but now I've got my daughter and stuff. I like to chill there as well. Of course, I like the party. But what was I saying? Shay. Yeah, he's a bit dry. And the other person I don't like is Dijon's girl. What's she called?
Megan.
Meg. Oh,
But
I saw the first two
I think
episodes.
producers are making her out to be someone. I don't know. I get it. I get where she's coming from because what he's saying behind closed doors and what he's saying to her is two different things.
But what I
And
don't
we're
like
only
is how
seeing-
she's like, my man, and it's
She's
like,
become a
that's not
bit
your
obsessed.
man.
She's very obsessed with
Really?
it. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
actually scary.
I think
but
he's
I think
been
she's
quite
just
honest.
she's fell for him really
Yeah, but
intensely.
Yeah, but do you believe it? Like, do you actually
But
believe it?
because I get it, and so do well. But because like I fell for someone so
True.
quickly, and you know how intense it is on Love Island, like it's the same. So I think she's fallen for it. Like you're with each other all day, every day.
But you got to keep your cool.
Yeah,
though.
and
You've
because
got
he's
to.
acting, I think it's making him more. I don't know.
He's
I feel
gone,
bad
though.
for
He's
her.
gone.
She's gonna need therapy.
If someone comes in that's his type, he's gone.
Oh, he's already gone. He's checked out.
Yeah, I feel like this year a lot of them are doing that whole like I'm just trying to stay in here thing.
Yeah, but they are, and
that-
it actually frustrates me when people say, I'm not saying like myself or you, but like for like this season, like they are on there to be the next Molly May.
Yeah,
and we were talking about
just don't
this.
think
It's
it's gonna
like it's
happen.
never going to happen.
Not anymore.
You're not
The
going to be the
views have
next
gone
Molly
down
May.
so much on Love Island.
You can literally be an influencer. You don't need to be on TV now to get the blue tick. You don't need to be on TV to get
No.
the brand. Like you don't need to do it. And I think people generally go on Love Island in hoping you will be someone. Like I wanted to go on Love Island so I could be an influencer. Like I get it.
and have financial freedom. That's what we all want, don't we? Like loads of money.
We want
and
all the
do
brand
whatever.
deals. We want to be going to all these events. But like as we discover, it's actually horrendous.
Yeah, exactly. And there's only one Molly May, and then who else has done it like her? Amber did quite well.
It's the old
More
cast.
older, yeah.
It's the older. But like I would say,
And
to Molly
Grace
on the way
Timber.
here, like the
Yeah.
Love Island family is massive. When we go to events, it's all Love Islanders.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
there's no one. There's no like Geordie Shore. There's no MTV people.
No.
There's no
Yeah,
like
that's so
Netflix.
true.
It is all Love Islanders.
Love Island, yeah, exactly.
Mad.
The views have dropped so much recently, though. I still love it, though. I love.
Oh, it's a
watching
pile of crap, but I love
Yeah.
it. It's my guilty pleasure.
Do you know
yeah.
what? I just think they need to throw in like something absolutely.
So different.
Yeah, that's
They
what I mean,
Yeah.
to catch people off guard.
I think Catherine Moore's
because
different this
people
year,
go
though.
in and they're like, right, so even like
The
so
challenges are the same as
everything
well.
is the same, and like even when I was in there, like everybody knew what was coming next. So it was like people would
Really?
sit round and they'd be like, oh, so I bet today's going to be like Snog Marry Pie, and then they'd be like over the voice of God. Islanders like stop speculating all the time.
So do
Islanders,
they know when it's going to be Castro Moore?
You can just tell.
You know Castle Royale's happening.
You
it
just
happens
know.
in every season.
Yeah.
You can just tell. And then, it's just, everyone just goes in there knowing what's next. You're kind of preparing. Whereas if they were just like, bang, and threw something in, it would throw everyone off guard. And then I think it would be more real and more fun.
100%.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's just like, it's a bit boring to watch, isn't it? It's like the same.
It can't be going off too much. Like, there can't be another season.
There will be.
It's
going to go on.
It's
and
because
on.
everyone still goes mad for it. It's like June comes and everyone's like, oh, Love Island.
Yeah, the All Stars is better though. I
so
love
much
All Stars.
better. I think it's. But then are they going to run out of people
I was
to go
just
on
about
it?
to say surely they will.
Yeah.
They used to do that on X on the Beach. They stop speculating, stop talking about the exes that
Yeah.
are coming in, and we I bet it's mine or I bet it's yours or whatever.
That's so funny.
But just to before we move on, have a quick chat about the other islanders that are on now, because this will come out when this is still on. So who else is there that you like or don't like?
Shakira's had her own show.
I love Shakira.
So we were talking about this.
Yeah.
She, do you know what? From the get go, because she was like the main character.
hate
That's
her,
her.
man.
But that's her.
That set her
she's
up
set.
there now,
She's
in the
set.
series.
She is the
It's
main.
true. And
the
that could-
Irish girl seems really nice. Sorry.
No, sorry. I was going to say, like, for Shakira, from what I've seen, that could have gone one way or the other. And for her,
she
luckily,
handled
it's
it
gone
right.
like the
To be
right
fair,
way.
she from
she
what we've
is sick.
seen.
I think she's handled herself very well. She's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
At the start, when she got given that task where she was either going to leave or steal one of the guys, and she smashed it. She
No,
got
I
all
think
3 guys.
she's that Irish girl as well. There's actually a few quite sweet people
Yeah.
that I've seen on TV, and I'm like, oh, they're really nice.
But her boyfriend or whatever, her couple, Shakira's that guy Ben. He's.
Oh.
Someone give him a blue tick and get him out, because that's
Yeah.
what that is like.
Have you seen that he's got a girlfriend on the outside? Yeah, she's
There's
been
always someone.
screenshotting.
There's always Freddie
Yeah,
and a
yeah.
little summer.
That's what I mean.
It's the same.
But the way he speaks to her, and also the way he rejected Tony, who I love, by the way, the American girl. I love her.
Yeah.
Do you like her?
She's got a real good head on her shoulders. Like, she's just
she's
she's
just so
not
chill.
silly.
Yeah. But the way he spoke to her, like, he's like, you're giving me the ick, I don't like you. It's like, you can still be polite.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
He's
That was
bad.
so rude. What do you say if someone says that to you?
It's-
I'd be so taken
be-
aback. Like, go and tell other people I'm giving you the ick. But
Someone got the ick from me. I'll be mortified.
saying it to my face, I'd be like, okay, you give me the ick
But,
too.
yeah, but also it's cool, but just don't have to word it
Yeah,
like that,
no, not at
especially on
all.
TV.
I know.
But no, I am a sucker for Love Island, and Maya Jama is the langest girl in the world.
No, she
I
is.
know.
Oh, you-
Even more so in real life.
Yeah,
Like, the way
I
she just
know.
like struts in, it's like, how
Yeah.
are you even real?
Yeah, I've seen her in
not
clubs
fair.
before and it's dark, but in that setting,
Yeah.
she must look just
Unbelievable.
perfect.
flawless.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to get off your chest, Catherine, from your podcast? Anything you didn't say that you want to say?
No, do you know what? I'm happy like with how it went. If people like disagreed with it, like again, that wasn't their experience. I just purely wanted to say my opinion on it and what went on behind closed doors that no one ever sees. Like I even get messages to this day about like Freddie, and it's like I do just shut it down. Like I don't want to keep talking about it, but I'm like the truth will come out and the guy's still single, living life. I don't really know what I imagine.
Yeah.
So, like,
And what about Ollie and...
Ollie's having a baby.
Ollie's having a baby? I can't believe that.
Got engaged. But so they can't been together long because they started filming that show last year. So they've only been together like just under the year, and they've got engaged and now they're having a kid.
What, do you think that's a genuine thing?
Well, she's an American, isn't she? So
Yeah.
he needs to stay.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
I don't know. No, but like I get it. Like I actually like I do know people who like have had to get married because they've had to stay in the. But I give it to him because when I last came on the podcast, I was like, it's for clout. There's no way they're engaged. Now they're having a kid. It's a big thing.
Yeah,
so
no, having a kid is a big
I
thing.
do think like, okay, maybe this is it, but like
they definitely really like each other, but I do think there was a little intention of, like what you said, the green card.
if it was planned or not. But can't believe it.
What do you know we say, like, you want a green card to go and live in America? What's the opposite if someone wants to come and live here?
I don't think it exists.
It doesn't. You can come
Just
here.
get on a boat, you'll be fine.
Right now, we'll have
You don't need it, yeah.
So true.
Have you seen where we live?
Yeah, literally. So funny. And what about, I know you don't want to talk about them, but Bobby and Jasmine, they're obviously pregnant too,
They
aren't
are.
they?
They've released they're having a child. And again, like, I get the show works. They're still married. They're now having a kid. I know she really did want a kid and she was going for the fertility journey. So,
Oh, was she?
yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure she was going through it. She was very open saying she wanted a kid. But yeah, like, hats off. It's mad. They've been in the public eye from the get-go and they're having a child. And yeah, it is crazy.
Is anyone else having kids off your show or still together?
Benaya and
Nicole,
they're still together. As far as I don't follow them on socials, but they're still together.
Yeah.
Obviously, Bobby and Jazz, and then me and Jake, and that's it.
Yeah. Is anyone still together from your Love Island, you know?
Do you know?
Because Mimi and Josh are not, are they?
No, they broke.
And Nicole and Kieran, they split.
I feel like everyone broke up pretty
quick, yeah.
Pretty quick. Although, actually, no, Uma and Will,
they're still together.
Oh, yeah, they posted the other day. I thought they split.
But I don't know. I don't follow
I got the impression that Josh was kind of not fully in it.
I mean, with Josh and Ruben, they came in at pretty much the same time as me.
Oh,
so
yeah.
they came in, I want to say, they came as two bombshells together, like 1 or 2 days before me.
Yeah.
So actually, when I got there, they were so lovely to me. They were like, Lolly, like, we know that you're in the same position.
Yeah,
but they had each other, so it was like...
Ruben's here then. Ruben's a good, like, at events, he's so welcoming.
He's so much fun.
Yeah.
Is he?
Do you know what? They both are lovely.
Yeah.
Josh is really fit and he came across really nice, but I don't think he really liked Mimi. That's from the outside. But again, I don't like to judge because I get judged and we all do.
I mean, like, he came in that late.
'Cause he won.
Can you even really
Josh and Mimi
form
won.
a connection that late
That
on
quick.
for just 2 weeks?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I think everybody just loved Mimi.
Yeah. Oh, you can't not love Mimi.
Yeah.
She's literally so sweet.
Yeah, she is. And then Jess and Io, what the hell? What happened there?
Yeah, they broke up quite quickly after.
And then she moved on straight away.
I know.
Yeah, I saw Io at the White Fox event and his head turns.
Does it?
What do you mean?
Well, like any girl that was walking past.
it?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Honestly, these events are mad.
Men are just mad.
is
I always phone Jake. I'm like, you'll never guess what.
Yeah.
He's like, I like go home. I'm like, well, this happened, and he's like we just
Love
slay
the
it. And then
gossip.
I'm always at the next one. Like, what else can I say?
Oh my god, no, it's good to get the inside gossip from the events. I don't go anymore. I just hate them, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we were saying, weren't we? It's just...
It's absolute, like...
It's literally like, what's that saying? Like, a mouse... what's that? A cat and a mouse? No. I don't fucking know what
is
I
that?
don't know what I'm trying to say, but like, you go in and you feel like, oh my God, like what? You feel like you're just going to get swallowed up because there's so...
It's very overwhelming.
It is overwhelming.
It's mad.
Yeah.
Like, Jake doesn't go to them anymore. Like, he'll only go to, like, the dinner ones or, like, the West End shows,
the
premieres.
But
Yeah.
I just feel like you just get such a headache the next day. That's it. Like,
It takes life out of me.
Yeah.
I do feel like you not have to be someone you're not, but it's like you put up this front, like, right, Cat from Love is Blind, and then everyone expects you to be this person where really I just want to sit in the corner and drink a cup of tea.
Yeah, exactly.
I think about going home.
And talk about going home, but like...
And there's always drama at them. I find.
Every event,
Always.
there's always, especially the big ones. But again, if you're like in Instagram and like you're a follower, I get why people like, because I was that before being in the public eye, and it's like, oh my God, like the White Fox and like following their journey. So I get it, the brands need it.
For sure.
But like, remember White Fox has just been slated because they took all the girls to Beyonce. And the public was saying that how unfair it is that they have to queue and get these like £100 tickets to watch Beyonce, and then White Fox will just get a bunch of influencers.
Why is that unfair?
And take you. I think it's because say like the people are like saving their money to go and watch Beyonce, and then now they're like, but yeah, White Fox has been like they've been slated for it.
I just
all
don't
on
get
social
some people.
media.
Who cares what other people do?
Yeah.
Because they weren't watching the show either. Apparently they were just like taking content. But like for us, it's like
So?
it's work, isn't it? But like the public was going mad for
I would
it.
love to go to Beyonce for
I'd
free.
like
And
free
I mean,
ticket.
anyone would want to go for free. wouldn't
yeah,
they?
exactly. But I would never
Anything
say
free, I'm like, please. Like, I'm struggling.
So, Lolly, just to switch it up a bit, I want to talk about your job. You're not a stewardess anymore, are you?
No, not anymore.
But how long did you do it for? Because me and Catherine are terrified of flying, aren't we?
I'd rather walk.
You're
across-
absolutely terrible.
Every time
I'm
I fly.
probably
just
just
as
as-
bad.
probably.
Since when? Like always, or
No, probably since I had a really bad flight once when I was about 16 or something, and then ever since
it's
then,
just triggered it.
yeah, long haul flights. Like otherwise, I'd be in Bali all the time. I literally
Isn't long
haven't
haul
been.
like the safest?
I don't know. I want
no,
to
I
say
can't. It's gonna trigger
I've done
me.
both. So I started off when I was 18 as short haul, and then I started doing long haul when I was 20 up until I was 30. And I mean, there's no like just because a plane's smaller or larger, it doesn't matter if it's going to be safer.
Yeah.
But obviously, there's so much in the news recently, like crashes and turbulence, and
Yeah.
you know, like with the Singapore Airlines thing, like
Yeah.
someone had a heart attack in it. I think but you could just die. I know it sounds so like everyone
get
always
hit by
says
a
it,
car.
but
Yeah.
we could literally just die now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could literally like
Do you
get
know what
bombed
I
or
mean?
There's more
something.
like car crash, like you see on the news, there's more car crashes that happen
Mm-hmm.
every day. Plane crashes, there's one massive one, and then it's
the world
obviously
goes
it's
mad.
obviously quite big.
I mean, yeah.
I think it's the fact you're in the sky.
Yeah. I don't like driving either. I get scared on motorways
Do
and
you?
stuff.
I've
Yeah.
never driven on a motorway.
You were just saying when we were walking through London, she's like, London scares me. I was like, why? She's
I
like,
feel like I'm gonna like,
I
get
feel
stabbed or attacked.
And I
or-
was like, I actually think the same thing. I do. But so I get it. I get why people have like a fear of flying. But then, you know, when it's your job, it's so weird to say it. But when you're actually on the plane doing that as a job, you don't really think, you don't have time to think about like something going wrong. Whereas when you're sitting in that
You've
seat,
got every minute.
Like Kat went to Jersey and she was like, it's a 30-minute
30
flight. Like,
minute
Lolly,
flight.
please help me. I'm so scared.
I was like crying at the airport.
I'm
Really?
like, it's
Yeah.
30 minutes. And she's like, yeah, but I'm going to be sitting there thinking about it for 30 minutes, which is true.
EasyJet, 30-minute. Oh my god.
No, I can't stand it, honestly. I get so
Really?
scared. Turbulence, takeoff, I don't mind. And landing, I'm like, thank fuck it's
But,
over.
Right, I said this, and then now she's twisted my brain.
Yeah.
The
And
most
now
dangerous
Maybe
people.
I'm not
and
the right
now
person to talk to.
Because I said to her, I was like, taking off, love it. Landing, I don't give a
It's
shit.
done now.
We are getting
Yeah.
on that
Yeah.
floor. No. That's the worst.
I know, but I still...
You think like the
You're
end
like
is
me.
near. Not
The
Yeah.
safest is when you're in the sky, not moving.
Turbulence
Like,
and bouncing around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's true.
Have you ever like fell over off a turbulence or what's... I don't know. Tell me some experiences.
Have you
So
ever crashed?
as far as like scary stories go, as in like when I'm working, I would say turbulent. There's been some bad turbulence where your head kind of just hits the ceiling, but you kind of like, it takes your feet off the ground.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I can't explain when you're working, like in the back galley or like wherever you're working, there's handles as well. So you just like grab that or you just grab the galley side and it's like...
You don't
think
ever
nothing-
think this could be it.
No, but see when like I've been on a plane as a passenger and like you move out your seat and you're like that, like, oh my God, it's going down. Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is scarier, so I do get it. But like on the flights that I've done, the most things that have happened in regards to like bad things are all to do with drunk passengers, like not safety things.
Yeah.
Like honestly, the amount of people that take a sleeping tablet, come on, drink like their body weight and drink, think, oh my God, it's fine, I'm going to be knocked out and I'm not going to like know anything. But then it like reacts and crazy shit happens.
Like what?
Oh God.
Kicking off.
Just all sorts. Yeah, we on a flight back from, where was I coming back from? Islamabad. Someone had just come out.
That's what I was going to say.
Sorry.
India?
Right, there we go.
Yeah.
Where?
India.
Islamabad.
Okay.
Yeah. Google it after this, girls.
I will.
Bit of geography.
I'm definitely not going to India on Air India, that's for sure.
Yeah, no, I think
I
we're
think
all going to stay away from India for a long
anyway.
time.
I think,
Yeah. This guy just come out of rehab. So, but obviously when he got on the plane, we didn't know. So on long haul, everything's like complimentary. Mm-hmm. So we're serving him whiskies, like having whiskey on ice over and over again before you know he's absolutely hammered. And he's there in his seat, lighting his fags, blah blah blah. Things escalated. Next thing you know, we're having to restrain him. So do you know we have like restraint kits on board?
No, what's
Yeah,
that?
so like full blown
Sounds
like
kinky.
yeah, no, it does.
So handcuff. It
Handcuffs.
sounds, what did you say? Naughty.
All right, Mahai.
The amount of times I bet stewardesses have pinched them.
Do you know what? People say mile high. I'm like, no,
It's not a
actually,
thing.
it's not really. It's more like stuff like this, like just weirdos. And you'd think that people would be like into these weird, like mile high kinks, but you don't actually see it. Like maybe in the
Really?
10 years of working there, I saw it twice.
Really?
Yeah.
And then what did you do?
So the first time was it was in the premium economy cabin and it was dark. It was going to Vegas and it was actually the stag. He was like getting a cheeky hand job by this like 60,
The
70-year-old
stag.
woman next to him who wasn't even with
70
anyone.
or 17?
60 to 70-year-old woman. So we just switched the lights on to be like, well, we know what's happening. And then
Yeah.
the blankets stopped moving. And then, yeah, that was kind of like done
How
and
did you
dusted.
know? Was it on a camera?
No, but we were walking
could
past it.
see.
We could see it.
Yeah.
And then the second time, it was 2 upper class passengers in the disabled toilet. So there's obviously a lot more space. And it was through the middle of the night. And basically, the manager just, you can unlock the toilet from the outside.
Yeah.
Walked in and was like, no shame in being like, guys, I've seen what's happening. So then in the morning when we were serving them breakfast, they didn't know each other. So one was in like 10K, the other was in 11K. And we were like, this is going to be absolute comedy gold, like serving them their breakfast. They just acted like they did not know each other. Well, they didn't, but like, when
you can meet on a plane.
yeah.
Did they not get arrested the other side?
No.
Do you guys not report it?
Not really. It's more short haul where stuff like that happens.
Really?
The 30-minute
Yeah.
flight to Jersey.
Yeah, exactly.
So only do it on the long haul flights, yeah?
exactly.
Okay, I'll remember
Noted.
that. I want to do it once in my life. Something
Everyone
on a
says
plane.
that.
Something on a plane, I do. Yeah.
People always say that.
Can you not like chill in the seat with your partner on first class?
No, because the way it is on Virgin,
it's
it's like a
different.
divider in like the seats are at an angle, so it's kind of like unless you're like hanging over.
I know,
Bend over the divider.
Yeah, exactly. Then it's a bit obvious,
Yeah. No, but I just mean like I've been on first class on Emirates and the seats are massive. Like if you had a partner, they could literally sit next to you in the same seat and watch a movie and just do a quick, I don't know.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Try it, Jem.
I'm going to try it.
Does economy work?
Yeah, probably.
Jake's
UK,
heading for economy.
Oh, I'm going to downgrade.
You need a big duvet. But what would you, so the Air India thing is quite current, isn't it? So
Yeah.
what do you think about that as someone who works on planes? And your dad's a pilot, right?
Yeah, so obviously when that happened, I went straight down to talk to my dad. I was like, what do you think's happened? And he said, because did you see, obviously you've seen the video of
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I've seen
and
about
I
a
sent
million.
it to you straight away. So it was like, it took off and then it kind of like glided, but then instead of like nosediving, it just kind of went dead slow, didn't it?
Yeah, it was
Fell
like
and then
that.
it just went bang. And I was
Yeah.
like, so I just couldn't understand because all the other plane crashes you see, it's kind of like the bang, isn't
Yeah,
it?
or like that, or yeah.
So I said to my dad, like, what do you think it is? And he said it's either going to be like a catastrophic double engine failure, so like where both engines go out. So do you know do you know what a bird strike is?
Is that when the birds go in the engine?
Yeah, so
Which is really
he
sad.
said,
It's scary. Really sad.
What, as in...
Birds going into the like,
not the Air India crash,
What
just
about
the
the
birds.
India flight?
Oh no, that is awful.
No,
but I'm just
awful,
like
yeah.
imagine like, just loads of birds just flying
Yeah,
into the engine, like
And they're
I
all
just think it's
dead. Do you not eat any birds?
No, I do.
Do you not eat crispy duck from the Chinese?
Yeah, I do, and I feed them on the canal. It's really sad. Sorry.
Do you not have turkey at Christmas?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So you don't feel that bad?
No, exactly.
It's just weird.
It's probably
isn't it?
actually better to be diced up by a plane than however they
Well,
kill
yeah,
your
exactly,
turkey
because
dinner.
it's just over and done with.
Going
Yeah,
off track
exactly.
now.
Gone. All the family are gone. Don't have to deal with any like mourning. Anyway, go on.
Yeah, so he was like saying it's either going to be the engines, the bird strike, and he said something about the flaps on the wings or something. Fuck knows what it was talking about. And then obviously they retrieved the black box, didn't they? So it came out. Well, I didn't know this until today. You were literally just saying.
Yeah.
We were speculating like, is it pilot error? Is it like because they haven't done the checks properly, or is it? Well, I don't know, like the birds or whatever.
Yeah.
But you said it's explain what it was because.
So yeah, there's a pilot on TikTok, and he's so good, and you just write to him, and he'll just sit down and talk you through everything, every noise, every incident that can or cannot happen. And he was watching what happened, and he said it was to do with what was it? The seat. The seat was broken.
I saw that. This
Basically,
Yeah,
they were
apparently, I never knew
cutting. So on the plane, like they always have to double check everything.
Yeah.
Like, and basically, India just didn't do that. They just cut the checks.
Yeah, but
Really?
so basically, I don't know if it's going to be the same for Air India, but or for pilots. But as you get on the plane, like you're allocated a certain position as cabin crew. So say like if I'm going to Vegas and I was working like crew member 10 position, you have your set checks that you're going to do for that area. So it would be like my jump seat, under the jump seat, the oxygen bottle, the overhead locker, like there's like specific things.
Yeah.
So in the flight deck, whichever seat it was it the captain's seat? He would have had checks to do in his area of his things. So I don't know whether it would have been him or if it was like something more to it than just the seat not working.
Yeah.
But from what Kat said, he was like, the seat wasn't working properly, which would be a no-go anyway. Like you can't fly if the captain's seat is going to be like wobbling around or whatever.
Yeah, what the hell?
But you said like it flung back and then where it took off, like he lost
control of the
power or something of the
I read something that he hit something that's turned off or
Yeah.
it enabled the thrust or I don't know.
And then they tried to retrieve it, but the way that the seat, this is what I kind of
From what we-
gathered
yeah,
from what
we
we
saw
saw
in the film.
earlier.
Yeah.
Because we can't stop talking about it because it's like
I can't stop.
because I literally messaged Lolly straight away when I heard it, and I was like, I can't. But
Yeah.
what was it? What was I going to say?
And do you know what else? With social media and stuff, it's so devastating to see. Have you seen the gay couple
I
that
can't
were doing...
physically
oh my
I
god,
can't.
that actually just gives me goosebumps.
Yeah, me
every
too.
time
I
people talk
can't
about
watch
that.
it. And even the people that were meant to be on that flight who didn't get on
Yeah,
that
and
flight.
the Indian family, they were coming back
Yeah.
and they had all their kids. It's just,
But then
really-
everyone's speculating that the guy that survived wasn't on the flight. And
Yeah,
like,
there's stuff saying he was. It's
I
just
know.
there's
Where
so
was he
much
then?
you
I
can
don't
know.
A lot of
get
people
it.
think that too, but I don't. I think
There's
it's...
so much that like you can go on about it, but I just it's actually horrendous. But
It is.
No,
But I
it's
just physically
horrendous.
don't get how one person can survive Like, that's wild.
Yeah.
Isn't
What
it?
do you think it's not real?
No,
Then?
I do think it's
Yeah.
real, but I'm just like, how?
How?
Like,
Yeah.
How have you survived? But did you see that? So obviously, he was in 11A.
Someone about 20 years ago,
Yeah,
same
was in
seat,
11A,
survived. Did you
right
see
by
that?
the exit.
The exact same
But
thing
do you
happened.
know what baffles me? Like, me and my dad were saying this. You cannot physically open a door when it's in the air, right? A lot of people don't know this.
Like the
'Cause
pressure.
because people always freak out. Like, oh, what if it's like some crazy person that's going to try and like jump out or like
You can't
threaten?
actually do it,
You
yeah.
can't. So at what point did he? If it's
I
to
think
do
it
with
was like when
He
when
didn't
it was
jump out. It
going.
was when the plane had crashed. He got out before it blew up, but it had already broken or something. That's
Can
what
he
I read.
remember anything that I've not really looked
Yeah, I
into?
think because his brother died.
Yeah, but does he remember how he survived?
I think
Like,
so.
is that
He's
what he
just
said?
got
I think so, but I can't remember exactly what he said.
It's wild, but no.
I get into a rabbit hole with it.
No,
Do you-
same.
Like Jake actually tells me to stop.
Yeah.
I can't stop watching it on TikTok.
and I get anxiety throughout the day about life, and like
Yeah.
I get these dreams, and he's like, "You've got to stop, Kat."
Yeah.
we,
for
were
sure.
we were
We
literally
talked about today on the way to London.
we were having lunch earlier, and we're like, right, well, it's obviously your
A
time.
plane flew over my head, and I was like, "Nah." I was like, "Get me out."
But then we're like, obviously his time wasn't up, and then you start thinking, but why is it fair that everybody else's
It's
time
so
was up?
sad.
Yeah,
It's not
and
fair.
kids and things. I
Yeah.
just don't, I
it's
can't cope with it.
heartbreaking, but
And have you seen recently? There was another one yesterday that had to turn around
Yeah.
an Air India flight,
Oh
and
god,
it's
I
just
haven't even seen.
I think from what I've been told, Air India is gonna be no more.
yeah.
They will
I'm
be
not
going
surprised.
But it's like years ago with the Malaysian. So there was the MH.
The one that disappeared.
Yeah, there was that, and then like a couple of years later, there was the one that got shot down out the sky.
Was
And
that-
they were both Malaysian.
Really?
And it's like, how unlucky
I'll
can
stick
you
to my
be?
EasyJet 30-minute
like,
flight.
who
Yeah.
would ever
to Jersey.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I literally only use
Don't need a
BA, or
holiday.
I'll use EasyJet and stuff.
I'm like
but
that.
BA is the
Yeah.
only one I'll use, or Singapore Airlines if I'm going there. But even now, that other thing happened. But that actually, when the plane fell out of the sky on Singapore Airlines, that's actually a good sign because they didn't crash. The pilot handled it amazingly, and you can't help but fall out of the sky sometimes. You said your dad had it too.
Yeah, no, exactly. And
Can't
like,
help but fall out
turbulence
the
is
sky.
like one of the safest things. It's like people say, oh, I'm not scared of landing, but I'm scared of takeoff, or
the
vice versa. And it's like, I don't want to say it, but like, if you're going to be scared of both.
I need my therapist.
What would you say to people now watching who are scared of flying, as someone who's been on how many flights?
I mean, I couldn't even tell you how many flights in my life. I would say it's easy though, isn't it, for me to say,
said than
don't
done.
be scared. Like, it's safer to fly than it is to
Yeah, say something.
walk on the street.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
annoyed at people that say that
Yeah.
it's safer to fly.
Yeah.
I'm like, no,
Yeah.
it's not.
But
It's
'cause
scarier though.
the thing is, when you're scared of something, that's it then, isn't it? You're scared of it. And it's
Yeah.
like, no matter what anyone says, it's
I-
like, you can't say to someone, don't be scared,
Yeah.
it's fine. It's, I've got a tarantula, it's fine, like pet tarantula. Like, you can't physically say,
Have you seen that?
You've got a
theory?
tarantula.
no.
Oh,
I'm
you're
trying to
saying if
use
you
like a
did.
story.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like that let it theory. So it's like I saw this therapist. She specializes in like fears of flying, and it was like, say you got a fear of flying, it's like let it. Like you can't. It is physically out of your control. Like you just.
You're
have, like,
talking about the book, the Let Them
No.
theory?
She's actually, but it's that theory, but the same as for flying. There's like a theory on it. I don't know, TikTok it.
Yeah.
But she talks you through like the fear, and it's just like, you're
Just you gotta let go,
You've got to
yeah.
let go.
Easier
But
said
then,
than done.
but then I wind it back to like, just don't book any flights. That's the problem.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Jake was saying in the UK
No
for
more
now
holidays
on.
for you.
yeah. This is the thing.
But
like,
every time an incident happens, it gets safe on a flight because they now, isn't
Yeah.
that, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's
It's like,
true.
like they'll now thoroughly, like,
Yeah.
it gets better and better and better, as sad as that is to say.
My friend said this to me the other day, who I was crew with before. She was like, I guarantee every airline now will
Yeah.
rewrite their manual.
Yeah.
Which is true. And I was like, do you know what?
They
Actually,
will.
it's true.
That's so
Because they
true,
need
yeah.
to be so sure that it's actually going to be okay.
You know
Yeah.
that American one that was just about to land and that happened?
what happened to it? Blow
The
up?
American plane that was just about to land and the helicopter flew into the plane and
Oh,
that
yeah.
was a lot of airlines after that, the pilot was coming out before taking off and just talking to the public and just saying, guys, we're gonna have a like reassure it, because I found that when I flew back to Jersey not long ago with Jake, the pilot came out and spoke to us and immediately my nerves were just
Yeah.
so calm. And I know it's the little things, but for me,
Yeah.
like Lolly was saying, if you're that nervous, go to the air hostess and say, I'm really worried about
Yeah,
flying.
so
But I
many
think
people do
now
that.
because of what's happening, I feel like every air hostess will be like, I get it.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
If I could sit with the
do
pilot
it.
the whole flight, I probably would.
Yeah, me too.
Do you tell the crew as well?
Always, yeah.
Do
Do you?
Yeah,
Loads of
yeah.
people do, you know.
There's times when I say it, but also like there's been times when long haul flights are much worse for turbulence, aren't they? The
Yeah, they
turbulence
are.
is bad and it lasts long. Like
It's
there
the
was,
weather and all.
yeah, you're going
I've
over all
experienced-
kinds. Like
See,
when I go
Dubai
from
was
Singapore,
fun.
you're going over the Himalayas and like
Right.
all different like altitudes and things.
Yeah.
And there was one flight I had and it was 8 hours of turbulence and it was so bad. And I literally called the stewardesses about 10 times. I was crying.
Really?
She was like, I promise you my husband is flying the plane.
Yeah.
He will not want
Really?
to
See,
crash.
I would love
Yeah.
That made me feel better.
That
would
was when I
love
felt
that.
better. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I do tell them, because then they do comfort you.
Yeah, 100%. And then, like, do you know when people used to tell me, as soon as the seatbelt signs went on, I'd make sure I'd go to the ones that were scared, that had
Yeah.
told me, and be like, just to let you know, like the captain said, it's going to be going on for around like however many minutes, like,
Yeah.
because usually they do, they're like, oh, they tell the crew, oh, it's going to be like 20 minutes turbulence.
Yeah.
Whereas they can't update the passengers throughout the night, like you can't keep
Yeah,
coming
you
over
can't keep
the
telling
No,
PA.
sure,
So it's kind of
exactly.
like, I just make sure I do that. So it is good to tell the crew, I think, for
Yeah.
sure.
I watch the air host. Jake always says, watch the air hostesses or watch
I
the
do
cabin
too.
crew. Because like we were taking off and like Jersey's quite windy by the coast. And
Yeah.
it was quite like, and obviously with everything I was waiting for like the pilots and the cabin crew were just sat there like laughing amongst themselves. So I was
Yeah.
taking up and Jake was like, just keep watching them.
Yeah.
Like, look how happy they are. They're chatting about what they're having for dinner, and I'm sat
Yeah.
there like crying.
me
like,
too, like,
no, I'm
not
not gonna
move.
move.
I'm like, we're going down.
Yeah, so I literally just stare at the air hostesses,
Yeah.
and
And
I'm
everyone's
like,
like, "Who's this weird?"
I will just stare you down. I got
checking.
recognised.
Does she
Yeah.
know me?
Yeah, I got recognised on like a flight, some cabin crew, like they recognised me, and I got up to go. Jake always goes to the toilet. He go, get up, go to the toilet, walk about, you'll feel fine. I got up and they were like getting selfies with me. I was loving it because I was so calm, and I
Yeah.
was like, I will stay here with you and get as many photos as you want. I'm
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Take my
yeah,
mind
yeah.
off
Take me
it.
on your journey.
Yeah.
I'll do your
Yeah.
shift.
I
don't
hate
care.
going to the toilet on the plane because I'm like, imagine if the turbulence hits and I'm in that in the
Yeah.
cubicle.
I
I don't know. I hate
know.
it. Yeah. Why is takeoff and landing more dangerous? Do you
for
know?
God's sake.
Last
Oh,
question.
God. Everyone's going to be absolutely terrified
Last
flying after listening
question.
to this. It's just because the thing is, like, oh God, shut your ears, Kat. No, because when you're in the sky, majority of it is done on autopilot, isn't it? And I'm not saying like it's better because the pilots aren't doing it, but there's a lot more like
Technical
this-
stuff.
Yeah, so on takeoff, I don't know how it's a nice way to say it. On takeoff and landing, there's a lot more room for pilot error. Not saying that the pilots are bad, but obviously
They're having
things
to do a lot of work.
People are human beings, and like things,
Everyone makes
shit
mistakes.
happens, isn't
Yeah,
it? Like,
yeah.
and I mean, it's not really the right time or place for shit
Catherine,
to
let's,
just happen.
should we not carry this?
Should
You
we just
brought
put-
this up. I'm going to cut this out.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
right, next.
Right, so next part of this podcast, I want to do like, I've basically asked the public loads of questions and we're just going to get your opinions on things. I did it with the boys and it worked out really well. Okay, so this is a question somebody wrote in. I found out my boyfriend follows and likes every single one of my best mates' bikini pictures.
Nice.
In my head, I'm going nuts. Should I do something or am I overreacting?
Do you know who's really good for advice? ChatGPT.
Really?
Oh my
Yeah, I use it for me and Jake. Like, for example, little things. Like, Jake said he was going to cook dinner today, but he didn't. Should I be mad? And it's actually amazing. But with that,
I mean, that's categorically yes, you should be mad.
Yeah.
But that's not acceptable.
But I do think Jake's taught me how to go about things in the right way. Sit them down instead of exploding. Sit them down. And be like, look, I've noticed you're doing this. Can you tell me your reason? Or like, what is it? 'Cause
Yeah,
how would you feel
like a
if I started
therapist.
liking your back? Yeah, because I'm very guns blazing.
Yeah.
Like, how would you like it if I was doing that to your
Can
mate?
you tell me your reason?
But
You're
if
not
that
really
was
fit?
Yeah, exactly.
that's a red flag.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, that's not acceptable.
100%.
I say this.
And
We
you're
had this
not going mad.
conversation.
Like you're literally not. Going
I asked
mad.
Jake all these because I like to hear boys'
Yeah.
point of view, and he says no, that's not right. Say if it's like your mate and they're like on Mount Everest and it's stunning, or they're in Ibiza and it's like really nice
Yeah.
scenery.
I just
get
think like,
it.
there's just no need though.
No.
But yeah, if
Leave
it's
it
like,
like
in
it
your head.
Yeah.
You don't
This
need
is
to
what I
press
always
like.
say.
Everything starts with a like.
Yeah,
I'm
'cause you
sorry,
want their
but
attention.
it's-
yeah, you do it to get. We've all
Social
been
media
there.
is fucked.
It's-
We've all
Instagram is
been
just
there.
one big dating site.
I wish it would
I'm
just
sorry.
go away sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
Honestly.
That's like no, but
Literally,
red flag.
I think it's
Yeah.
totally unacceptable.
Pull them up on that.
Okay, this is another one. I've been dating this guy for around 3 months and I just found out he's still on Hinge. Do I say something or do I ghost him?
It's like Love Island. Well, you need to have that conversation if you're like together, because if he's still open to date.
Yeah,
Do you know
true.
what I would
Because
do?
my friend's
No, go
my
on.
friend's dating, but she's still on dating apps. But she is saying, like, I'm still
I
openly
was gonna
dating
say.
people. Unless you're like, do you know what? I'm for you and for you only. Then
I think 3 months is a long time though. It depends how many times you've seen them, because like if it's every week or 3 times a week, then that's getting a bit serious.
yeah, day one, I'm like, are we getting married?
Yeah, me too. I'm like, are we
When's the
wasting
wedding?
time here or what? But yeah, I reckon this person's asking, do I say something or ghost? Definitely don't ghost. If
I
you
think
like
you know.
me.
I think you need to say
ask. Just ask the
something.
question. Just say, are you on Hinge? And
Yeah.
if he says no, I'd be like, well, yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, then
Or
you
I'd be
can
like,
go
where
soon.
do I-
And
yeah.
then it escalates, and
Yeah.
then you like, you know,
Or
you
ask
figure
where
it
you
out.
stand. Like, you know,
Yeah.
do you see something serious with me?
That's
So if you
exactly
do,
what
get
I
off
would do.
fucking Hinge.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I'm just such a like clear person.
Oh, I'm so black
yeah,
and white.
me too. And I'm
So
fine either
black
way,
and
but
white.
just
Yeah.
which way is it?
But as we
Yeah,
get
yeah.
older, we need to
Yeah.
be.
Sorry, I'll cut
I
these
love
little
these
pauses.
questions.
I know, I've got so many though, so hang on a sec. This is a good one. My boyfriend said he loved me, but then not long after asked if I'd be cool with an open relationship. What the hell do I say to
He's
that?
obviously into that stuff.
I mean,
I personally couldn't.
I don't think many people are into
Some
open
people are
relationships.
into it. I couldn't. Is he Mormon?
Never.
I mean, if you
Pardon?
didn't
Is he
start
Mormon?
off the relationship like that,
know.
then is he Mormon?
Yeah, because Mormon have multiple wives. They have
Do they?
multiple people.
They don't have sex before marriage, do they? That's
No.
probably why.
Have you seen the Mormon
So it's-
wives?
They probably think it's more of like a
No.
friendship.
You've
than
not
a wife.
watched the Mormon wives?
Never.
No.
Get on that.
Really?
Yeah, because that's like that. So like, they're with multiple people. They're
Yeah,
in
but
open
he's not a Mormon,
relationships.
so-
That's what I was asking. Is he Mormon? I couldn't do that. That's not.
No.
That's not okay.
If that's not the conversation you had at the start, then you don't just suddenly, however many months in, what did she say?
But also, he
3
said he
months.
loved me, then asked for if she'd be cool with it. Like, I don't think
No,
you
do
can
it
love
at the
someone
start.
and then say,
ask for
do you
that.
mind if I actually?
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Part of love to me is like monogamy. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Monogamy.
Yeah, me too.
Because if you love someone, A, you don't want to share them, and B, surely
Yeah.
you don't want to go elsewhere.
Why does it say so? It gets so complicated nowadays.
Why is it so fucking
I'm
complicated?
exclusive. I'm non-exclusive.
Yeah, what is that?
Like, I'm
you're
locked
together or you're
in.
not.
Yeah.
That's it.
I sound like my mum.
This is a good one. I faked an orgasm for the first 6 months, and now I think it's too late to tell him. What should I do? I don't really get that question, actually.
Well,
So
just-
he's obviously asked her, like, do I make you orgasm? And she's probably
Yeah,
gone, yeah. And I feel
yeah.
like she just never has with him.
And she's probably had enough of faking it and wants a real one now.
I feel like a lot of women
Yeah.
have done that.
I've done that, I can't lie.
Oh, yeah. I think all
I mean, we've
women
all
do.
done that.
No, I used to do it all
all
the
my
time
mates
with
have
my
done
ex.
it as well. All my mates have done
Yeah.
it. Like,
I
we all
know.
have that conversation
Yeah.
as well. It's like,
I used to do it all the time with my ex, and then he used to be like, I'm so good, aren't I?
And then you're actually, let me just sit you back down.
I don't know. I feel like maybe he knows and she needs to just be honest.
Yeah,
Oh, see, again, I'm
definitely.
honest. I'd be like,
Yeah.
no.
I
But
would
maybe
never
she
fake
thinks
it
it's
again
too-
now.
No, you can't.
Never.
Because then you get caught out.
I faked it to make him feel good, and then fucking a year later, I'm still fucking faking it, and I feel
And you're
shit.
the one feeling
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
So now
getting
I'm like, I
nothing
don't
from
care.
this.
Yeah.
You live and you learn. You do it once, then never again.
If you don't make me hop on for a year, you better know. You need to
Yeah.
improve. That's how I feel now. Right, one more. Cut these bits out. Has anyone done this? My ex blocked me on everything. I really wanted to talk to him, so I emailed him. Am I insane or just in love?
Oh, babe, I can relate to that.
Have you
bit of
done
both,
that?
a bit of
Oh my god! I used to be such a psycho, Sally.
Did you?
Yeah. Do you know what? I've actually got attachment issues. Like, I'm very needy.
Really?
You know, if I like someone and they don't like me. Like, Jake sent me this TikTok the other day, and it's like they were a couple in bed, and he was hugging her, and he turned over because he got too hot.
Yeah.
And then the girl was like, "Do you not love me anymore?" Like,
That's
like,
you.
That's
That's
it.
you.
Like, if Jake leaves the house and like doesn't say like give me a kiss or say I love you, I'm like, are we breaking up?
yeah. No, I can be like that if I like the guy, but
If someone
in,
does- yeah.
in this instance, I don't know if I'd email. I don't know. Have you done
I
it?
wouldn't, but I've had boys.
I've not
had
emailed.
it to me.
Have
and
you?
and I think it's psycho. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
One of my ex-boyfriends messaged me on Depop. Like, remember when Depop was a thing?
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
like
That is
yeah. So I just
hilarious.
think I just don't like stuff like that. I'm like, I've obviously blocked you. I don't want to talk to you. Leave me alone.
Like, if anything, just call on no caller or message off your mate's phone.
Yeah,
But don't
exactly.
Depop.
I've never emailed.
Do you know if I saw
Yeah.
someone's name pop up on email, I'd be like, oh, ick. I
Yeah,
don't like it.
exactly.
And that's
No.
That
horrible.
is so funny.
Whenever I used to block my ex, he used to literally just go and buy another SIM card and message me off another number.
Oh,
Or
wow.
he,
Yeah.
Sometimes he'd do it 3 times in a day. I'm like, block,
That's
block, block, block.
expensive.
Yeah. And then I'd go to his house, right? I think he was dodgy, but I'd see all these SIM cards everywhere. I'm like, what the fuck are all these? Like, who have you been texting? He's like, you? Because you're a psycho.
That is fucking joke.
Ages ago. My boyfriend's ex still messages his mum and goes round for tea. I can't stand it. Am I losing my mind? Should I say something?
I can relate to this. So I'm really close with my ex's grandparents. Like I go round for tea, I go and sit with them. And like I actually sat down with Jake, and Jake's so supportive because like they're like my grandparents. Like I call them nan and granddad.
Yeah.
And like my mum, but I've always let my ex know, like, hey, I'm going round. So like it's not like malicious.
Yeah.
But Jake's actually so supportive, and he's like, no, I get it. Like we see Jake's ex's parents, and like he still talks to them. Like it's.
What do you think, Lolly?
I don't know. I think
You got to be strong to think it's okay.
I
like
the other way round. No, sorry, you answer.
No, go on.
No, you get. So I want to know what you do.
I don't know. I just think it's nothing to do. I don't know, because some people would do it in a way of like they still want to have that connection with the ex, whereas like some people genuinely, like yourself, form a bond with them, and it's like
you need to know their mindset on it. Are they in
They
it because they still love the ex? Where like I literally do it because they're like my grandparents.
Like you're happily moved on and stuff.
Yeah.
It depends what type of person you are. Like if your ex knows that you're doing it because you're still trying to stay, it's mind games. It can be mind games.
It can be really difficult. I've had a situation where my partner's ex was still friends with his mum, and she used to go round, and then he'd accidentally be there sometimes.
Yes,
and I would
see, that's not okay. I would never go round if he's at the house.
Which is why you message first.
I would never ever go round.
I think what you do is like the perfect
But like
boundary.
they've also like they like love me and Jake. Like they're like when we're seeing Jake, so like Jake's involved in it. It's not like it's so separate to my ex.
Have you ever been on the other side though when someone's doing that to your boyfriend?
No. But I know,
Yeah,
I think if I was on the
true.
other, like if it was Jake and Jake was like actually going around to like his ex's mum's or something, I would actually be like,
The fuck are you doing?
again. I'm so hypocritical.
Right, enough now, Jake.
I'm
Exactly.
such a bitch.
Why can't you cut them
It's
off?
okay for one person, but it's not
You
okay.
try to act cool, allowing it, and then you're like, right, this is too much now.
Oh yeah, that's me.
But I think it's different for each person as well. Like,
Definitely.
I don't know why. I just feel like girls are more
I would definitely
trustworthy.
question it though.
Yeah, for sure. My situationship wants to go on holiday with me, but still says we're not exclusive. What do you think to that?
I don't get exclusive.
So why would you want to go on holiday with someone if you're not
Holiday's
planning...
like an intense thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go.
Holidays are like a deal break. It's like, 'cause that's when you find out if you like.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, that's
But I'd only
weird.
go on holiday with my boyfriend. I wouldn't like.
Wait.
I wouldn't go on holiday with a situationship.
No.
Yeah, but do you know what it is? So wait, hold on. So he wants to go on holiday with her, but they're
he
not
doesn't-
exclusive. So I feel like he's wanting to go on holiday to like
Have her on holiday.
Have the best of both worlds.
or assess the situationship
Yeah.
relationship to see, because you do, like, you can go on holiday with a friend for 2 days and you can be like, oh my god, I thought I knew you for a year and I thought we were like the best of friends, and in those 2 days there's something different about
And I
being
feel
abroad.
like if they might have
Yeah.
the conversation, he might be like, do you know what, like, I will get there, but I just want to take my time. So
Yeah, maybe.
she needs to have a sit down conversation and say,
true.
look, do you see yourself with me?
Yeah, it needs
Like-
to be like, are we doing this as a shall we be together
Yeah,
and work
like,
it out on
yeah.
holiday, or are you still just trying to fuck about?
I personally couldn't. Like, it's too much.
I think if you know,
You're
you
together.
know.
If you're together, you're none of this in between bit.
Why do you need to be abroad to know whether you want to be with someone?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
This world that we live in now is
It's
just
so complicated.
there's so many things. It's just like I wouldn't have even thought about
I
that.
blame Love Island.
Or I'd just
Yeah,
say,
probably.
I'm single too then, babe. Cool. And just go and do
Yeah.
your
It's
thing.
Just
But then it's a
weird.
game.
Why would you want to go on
no.
holiday in
Yeah.
a situationship?
Exactly. Right, I'll do some would you rathers, but really funny one
Love
that I
it.
asked the boys. Would you rather a boy started crying during sex or barked during sex? Which one would you rather?
What's he crying about?
I don't
Just
know,
nothing,
but
just
I'm
start-
choosing bark. I'm sorry, but I'm not.
I would, because I would think it's fun. I would have to laugh and be
Yeah.
like, okay, like
I'm
either
leaning
there's something
towards
wrong
crying.
with you, or you're.
I'm leaning towards crying.
No, I wouldn't. That
I
would
could
freak
no, I can't have a
me
crier.
out.
What if Jake started barking?
No, but like,
But what?
No,
if it was just one bark, I'd be like, right,
imagine
you well.
that.
Or, I think it's it's funny, but actually, please don't try me.
See, I'm caring. Like, I think because I'm a nurse, I'm like, you okay? Like, can I get you anything?
Really? No,
Yeah.
I'd probably just start meowing.
No,
if they barked.
I'm with crying.
No, I'd hate that if someone started crying.
No, I'd be like, ugh.
Bark
I
it.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Yeah, like, what,
That
get the
would
tears off me,
creep
get out.
me
Really?
out. Whereas the bark could be funny.
It could be funny,
It could be
yeah.
like, what the fuck are you doing?
No, that
But-
would turn me off. I
Really?
can't.
I mean,
they're
crying
both.
would turn me off
No,
as well.
I'm with crying.
Yeah, like crying's a bit
Yeah,
like. Would you rather be cheated on and never find out, or find out and stay?
Cheated on and never find out.
Me too.
Do you think? I don't know.
You're so different to us.
I am so
Yeah,
different.
I
But I get it because it's like if you know, you're going to hope. Then if you don't know, it's like you never know.
But how can you stay if you find out? I'd be off. I
Well,
wouldn't.
no, you
too.
wouldn't stay.
No,
I don't
but
know
it
with
was.
that
The
one.
question was stay.
Cheat and stay and live with it, or never know.
I'll never know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't be with. If I knew somebody cheated, I
Yeah,
couldn't.
No,
It'd
absolutely
break
not.
me.
Because you never get over
You
it.
can't
You
ever
wouldn't.
get over it. I've tried before.
Yeah,
You've all
I've
tried.
tried. You
Just have
can't.
fun at this point.
Physically can't.
Yeah, the relationship just goes down and down
Yeah.
and down.
No, the trust goes.
No, exactly. And then it never gets out of your head when
No.
you're having sex with them and stuff. No. Would you rather your boyfriend followed 100 Insta models, or have a female best friend?
Female best
Female,
friend.
but yeah, Jake's got a few female best friends.
Oh, I
It took
don't
me a
like
while to
that.
get my head
You don't
around
like
it.
that?
Not female best friends.
Really?
No.
Yeah, but 100 Insta models would make you feel like
yeah,
shit.
actually not that either.
Yeah,
None,
no.
thanks.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, next.
But
It's
I
like
actually,
for me to have a guy best friend.
No, it is. But I don't know. I'm not sure about the female best friend thing, because I always think, and men will say this, I've heard men say it on podcasts, is there's always an ulterior motive.
Don't say this because
Always.
Jake's got a
Really?
female best friend. They live together as well.
No, but I think it's more that others. Wait.
She's going home and splitting up with
No,
Jake.
no, 'cause I sat down. Like, I had reservations about it. She's lovely. And I've met her. She's got a boyfriend, but
Is she sexy?
She's stunning, but I can't say she's not like an Instagram girl. She's like very into like her raves and like very like I can't really explain it. She's not an Instagram girl.
No,
very free spirit and all that kind of stuff. But I have my reservations about
I
it.
hate to say it, but it does depend on what they look like. I'm sorry. It does.
But
kinda
I've met
does.
them. I've met them both, and I tell you what, like it is actually reassuring. I've met them, and they're the polar opposite to what I would know Jake would.
Yeah,
go
and also
for.
they're together. She's got a
Yeah,
boyfriend. So
but
yeah,
I get
there's
it.
ways,
There
there's-
is still like, oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Literally, all of my male best friends, they're not friends with me anymore because they've all got girlfriends. Well, they're friends, but they won't link up with me
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
And I know it's because the
I
girls
get
say it,
it.
but I understand. Like,
Really? See, like
yeah.
I've got a male best friend, and we were actually together. We used to be partners, and now we're actually so much more suited. As when Jake's met him, he's got a girlfriend, and she knows, and like we've all met.
you need to get married soon because
And
this
we
is
will.
difficult to find.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I never used to be like this. Like, I honestly used to be like us, Freddie. Like I generally
Yeah.
was Psycho Sally, and Jake has honestly taught me the way of life.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
I've never been allowed male best friends in any of my relationships.
but when you're with the right guy,
Oh, yeah, exactly.
they will let you have that. I sound
I've
so
not got there
like,
yet.
sophisticated.
She's so grown
I
up.
know,
You're
so
the
when
little
I-
wife,
you mean that when I go home, I'm like sat in the corner, like, why are you not answering my and I come on these podcasts, I'm
He's
like,
going to listen and be like,
"Hey,
sorry, Kat.
yeah.
when you're with the right person, it'll come. And I go home like the polar opposite.
You literally
I
must be
listen
with
to
the
it.
right
Yeah, I don't
person.
practice what I preach.
No, but you sound like you're managing and balancing life really well.
Yeah, but
with
it
Jake.
is because I am with the right guy. And if I
Right
wasn't,
guy,
they
yeah.
would make me feel really insecure. Like, you know, the dramas that I've had with,
Yeah.
like with him, and like it's how we get through it together.
Yeah, you
and-
have to get
yeah.
through things. Everything, even friendships, you have dramas.
Oh
and
my
things to get
god,
through.
yeah,
exactly.
100%.
I think we've got to end it there, girls. But I'm so grateful for you guys coming on. We've had such a good chat. I could have carried on and on and
I know,
on.
literally.
I hope you've
I love a
enjoyed
girl
it.
gossip.
Yeah, we'll have to do it
And
again.
at
And
least-
Lolly, we'll do one on your own too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And Catherine
Love
just
it.
come anyway.
I know, I'm just part of the furniture now at this point.
I know. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Please, can you like, subscribe, share, all of those things. Thank you.
Bye.
Woo!